right, so today we're going to dive into something pretty fascinating, I think, the future of AI, particularly how it's all playing out between China and the U.S.
Right.
We've got a fantastic source to kind of unpack here.
Okay.
An interview with Kai-Fu Lee,
Oh, wow.
who the listeners might know
Yes.
as the former president of Google China,
Right.
and now a leading AI entrepreneur.
Yeah, he's got a really unique perspective on all of this.
Yeah, I mean, having worked at the highest levels of both the U.S. and Chinese tech worlds.
Exactly.
One of the things that really struck me was his view on what he calls China's AI execution advantage.
Yeah.
And it's not just about like having brilliant researchers. It's about turning that research into actual products and businesses really rapidly,
Yeah.
like quickly.
He even uses the example of the 9-9-6 work culture.
Oh, yeah.
9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week.
Wow.
Which is prevalent in China's tech scene.
Yeah. Now, whether that's sustainable or even desirable
Yeah.
is a whole other
Yours.
conversation. But it illustrates the commitment
For sure.
to speed and scale, I think.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, like, how Western companies,
Right.
even those with tons of resources, can compete with that level of intensity.
Yeah.
Like, are we even playing the same game here?
It almost raises the question, are we heading toward separate AI ecosystems?
Oh, interesting.
With the geopolitical climate and the export controls and all that?
Yeah.
It's certainly possible, especially when it comes to business technology.
Which is interesting because on the consumer side, there's still so much crossover.
Yeah.
Like, Chinese consumers are still using iPhones, and Americans are on TikTok and buying from Shein.
Right.
It's almost a paradox.
Absolutely.
And while that consumer flow continues,
Yeah.
Kai-Fu Lee makes another intriguing point about Google. Despite its AI prowess,
He actually thinks they might struggle in a future dominated by single-answer search engines powered by AI.
wow. So like almost the classic innovator's dilemma, right?
Yeah.
Even a giant can be disrupted if their existing business model clashes with the new tech.
100%.
Google's built an empire on ad-driven search, right? Serving up pages and pages of links.
Yeah.
A single answer system, which is actually what Larry Page originally envisioned for Google.
Oh, wow.
Could completely undermine that.
Interesting.
It's a fascinating challenge for them.
For sure. And this is where things take a personal turn.
Okay.
Kai-Fu Lee actually transitioned from being a top tech investor to starting his own AI company,
Oh, wow.
01 AI.
Okay.
And it wasn't just about jumping on the AI bandwagon for him.
Right.
He felt this responsibility to make sure China wouldn't fall behind in the AI race. And he wanted to be an active participant in that.
I can relate to that drive to be part of something historic.
Yeah, for sure. And what I thought was really interesting is that 01 AI has embraced open source
Okay.
for many of its AI models,
Huh.
which is a different approach than, say, companies like OpenAI.
Right. Very closed source.
Yeah.
So how did that come about?
Well, they were strategic about it.
Okay.
As a smaller company, collaborating with the global community through open source allowed them to kind of accelerate their development,
Makes sense.
especially given their limited resources compared to these giants.
Right. It's like leveraging the power of the open source movement to level the playing field a little bit.
Yeah, and it highlights the different paths that companies are taking in this AI landscape.
That's sure.
But let's get back to 01 AI for a moment.
Okay.
Because another fascinating part of Kai-Fu Lee's strategy is his focus on efficiency. He's not just building AI models that are accurate.
Right.
He's obsessed with making them incredibly efficient in terms of computing power and cost.
So he's thinking about making AI that's not just powerful, but accessible.
Yeah.
Okay.
He gives the example of their model E-Lightning, which achieved performance comparable to OpenAI's GPT-40,
Wow.
which was a huge milestone.
Yeah.
But E-Lightning did it at a fraction of the cost and training time.
That's really impressive. What does that kind of efficiency mean for the broader AI landscape?
It has massive implications.
Yeah.
If AI becomes that much more affordable to develop and run,
Right.
it opens up possibilities for individuals, small businesses, researchers. It could truly democratize access to these tools.
Takes it out of the hands of just the big tech companies.
Exactly.
And makes it something that everyone can utilize.
100%. And that ties into another project that Kai-Fu Lee helped to create.
Okay.
An AI-powered search engine called Beagle. based in the U.S.
Okay, interesting name.
It's a play on the dog breeds Beagle and Golden Retriever.
Oh, that's clever.
When you think about a search engine's purpose,
Yeah.
Beagles are known for their sense of smell, hunting things down. And Golden Retrievers, well, they retrieve.
I like it. It fits.
And Bago aims to fulfill that original vision that Larry Page had for Google.
Okay.
Single answer search.
So you ask a question and you get a precise, factual answer directly.
Agreed.
No more sifting through pages of links.
That would be a real search revolution.
Yeah, but it also raises questions, I think, about the future of information consumption, right?
Of course.
If we're only getting one answer.
Yeah, are we sacrificing breadth for efficiency?
Exactly. It's something to think about as AI kind of shapes how we find and understand information.
So we've talked about China's AI strengths,
Mm-hmm.
the potential for these separate AI ecosystems,
Right.
the challenges for these giants like Google,
Yeah.
and the different paths companies like 01 AI and Bago are taking.
Mm-hmm.
Where does Kai-Fu Lee see the AI landscape heading in the next few years?
Oh, he has some really interesting predictions.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
They touch on everything from the rise of AI agents to the explosion of multimodal AI.
Okay, now I'm really curious, what kind of future is he painting?
Well, one of his biggest predictions is the rise of AI agents.
AI agents?
Yeah. Think of it as having a personalized AI assistant
Okay.
that can handle all sorts of tasks for you,
Like what?
from scheduling appointments to managing your finances even.
Oh, wow. That sounds incredibly convenient.
Right.
But I can also see how some people might be a little hesitant
Yeah.
to give an AI that much control.
Sure, it definitely raises questions about trust
Yeah.
and how comfortable we are delegating these important decisions to AI.
It's like a trade-off, isn't it?
It is.
Efficiency and convenience
Mm.
versus control and maybe even a bit of our own agency.
Absolutely, and this leads into another one of Kai-Fu Lee's predictions,
Okay.
the explosion of multimodal AI.
Multimodal AI.
So this is AI that can understand and interact with the world in a much richer way,
Okay.
combining text images, video, all sorts of data.
So instead of just dealing with text, AI will be able to analyze and understand information in a way that's closer to how humans experience the world.
Exactly. Think about the implications for something like medical diagnosis.
Okay.
Instead of relying just on text-based medical records,
Right.
AI could analyze images, videos, even genetic data
Wow.
to provide a much more comprehensive and accurate diagnosis.
It's like taking AI from black and white to full color.
Yeah.
It opens up so many possibilities.
And it's not just healthcare.
Right.
This kind of multimodal AI could revolutionize everything from education to entertainment.
Give me an example.
Okay, imagine learning history by virtually stepping into key historical events
Oh, wow.
or experiencing a story
Yeah.
through a combination of text visuals and even interactive elements.
That's incredible. It's like AI is helping us to engage with the world in a more immersive and multisensory way.
Exactly. And then there's the impact on real-world applications.
Okay.
Kai-Fu Lee predicts that we're going to see AI integrated into pretty much every industry imaginable.
So it's not just about these cool research projects anymore. It's about AI actually being put to work
Yeah.
in ways that have tangible benefits.
Precisely. AI-powered systems that optimize logistics, personalize marketing campaigns, automate manufacturing processes, even assist with creative tasks like writing and design.
Wow. It's like AI is becoming the ultimate multi-tool,
Yeah.
helping us to be more efficient, more creative, more productive
Mm.
in every aspect of our lives.
And that brings us to the question that I think is on everyone's mind.
Okay.
What does all of this mean for jobs?
Yeah, that's the big one.
Are we all going to be replaced by robots?
Right.
Kai-Fu Lee doesn't sugarcoat the potential impact of AI on the workforce.
Okay.
He predicts that white-collar jobs, which were once considered relatively safe from automation, are going to be significantly impacted.
So those of us who spend our days in front of computers
Yeah.
might need to start brushing up on our robot proofing skills.
It's not just about specific jobs, though.
Okay.
It's about developing the skills that will be valuable in an AI-powered world.
Skills like creativity, critical thinking, adaptability.
Exactly.
The things that are uniquely human,
Yeah.
difficult for AI to replicate.
We need to focus on developing the skills that complement AI, not compete with it.
It's about learning to work alongside these powerful tools,
Mm-hmm.
using them to augment our own abilities.
It's almost like AI is forcing us to evolve,
Yeah.
to become more human in a sense.
I think there's something to that.
Yeah, as AI takes over these more routine tasks,
All right.
it frees us up to focus on the things that require our unique human qualities.
Empathy, creativity, problem solving,
Exactly.
critical thinking.
It's a challenging but also an exciting prospect.
It is.
It's like AI is pushing us to redefine what it means to be human
Yeah.
in a world where machines are becoming increasingly capable.
And it's not just about individual adaptation either.
Right.
We need to think about how societies will adapt
Yeah,
to this AI-powered future.
absolutely. We need to be having conversations about education, about retraining programs,
Mhm.
about social safety nets for those who are displaced by automation.
It's a societal level challenge that requires careful planning and thoughtful solutions.
For sure, we can't just let AI reshape the world without considering the impact on people and communities.
100%. And this brings us to another important consideration,
Right.
the geopolitical implications of AI.
Right.
We've already touched on the potential for separate AI ecosystems, but there's a bigger picture here as well.
It's like AI is becoming this strategic asset, a key factor in global power dynamics.
Exactly. And with the US and China being the dominant players,
Yeah.
in AI development, there's a lot at stake.
For sure, it raises questions about competition, about collaboration, about the potential for AI to exacerbate existing tensions.
It's a complex and ever-evolving landscape,
It is.
and it's difficult to predict how it will all play out.
Yeah, but one thing is for sure, AI is going to be a major force in shaping the 21st century.
I agree.
Both technologically and geopolitically.
And while there are certainly challenges to navigate,
Mhm.
there's also this sense of opportunity.
There's
AI has the potential to solve some of humanity's most pressing problems,
Yeah.
from climate change to disease to poverty.
It all comes down to how we choose to use this incredible technology.
Right. Do we let it divine us,
hmm
or do we use it to build a better future for everyone?
That's the million-dollar question, and it's a question that each of us needs to be thinking about.
Yeah.
Because the choices we make today will have a profound impact on the world of tomorrow.
It's a lot to process, but it's a conversation that we can't afford to ignore.
Right. The future is being shaped right now, and it's up to us to ensure that AI leads us towards a more just equitable and sustainable world.
Well said. And with that,
Hmm.
I think it's time to shift gears a little bit
Okay.
and explore another fascinating aspect of this whole AI revolution,
Right.
the impact it's having on us as humans.
Okay.
We've talked about how AI is changing the world around us,
Yeah.
but now I'm really curious about the ways it's changing us
All right.
from the inside out. Okay, so we've talked about how AI is changing the world around us, but now I'm really curious about the ways it's changing us as humans.
It's a subtle shift, but it's happening all around us.
Yeah.
Think about how we consume information these days.
Oh, yeah.
We rely on AI-powered search engines,
Sure.
news feeds curated by algorithms, even recommendations for what to watch or read.
It's true. I can't even remember the last time I picked a movie or a book
Right.
without at least glancing at those recommendations.
Exactly.
It's like we're outsourcing our decision-making to AI in a way.
And that raises some interesting questions.
Like,
Are we getting stuck in these filter bubbles, only seeing information that confirms our existing biases?
okay, yeah.
Are we losing our ability to be surprised or challenged by different perspectives?
I hadn't thought about it like that. It's almost as if AI is shaping our understanding of the world without us even realizing it.
That's the key point. It's not always a conscious choice.
Right.
And it's not just about information consumption either. Think about education.
Mm-hmm.
We're using AI for language translation, math tutoring, even coding assistance.
Right. Those can be incredibly helpful tools, especially for students who need extra support.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But there's a flip side to that.
With that.
Are we becoming overly reliant on AI to do the thinking for us? Are we losing some of our own cognitive skills in the process?
It's a valid concern. If we're always getting the answers from AI, do we even bother to figure things out ourselves?
It's a balancing act, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We need to embrace the power of AI
Right.
while also recognizing the importance of maintaining our own intellectual curiosity and our problem-solving abilities.
It's like anything else, too much of a good thing can be a bad thing.
Exactly.
We need to use AI as a tool to enhance our abilities, not as a crutch.
I agree. And this brings us to another fascinating area where AI is having an impact. Communication.
Okay.
We're using chatbots, virtual assistants, even AI-generated content to communicate with each other.
I've definitely noticed that sometimes it's hard to tell if you're interacting with a real person or an AI online.
It's getting harder to draw those lines.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, how is this changing our expectations of communication?
Right.
Are we becoming more impatient, more accustomed to instant responses, less tolerant of nuance and ambiguity?
It's like AI is shaping not just what we communicate, but how we communicate.
100%. And it's not just about the practical side either.
Yeah.
Think about AI's role in creativity.
Yeah, we have AI generating art music, even writing stories now.
It's blurring the lines between human creativity and artificial creativity.
It really is.
It makes you question, what does it even mean to be creative in the age of AI?
Right. I don't know if I have a good answer to that one.
It's definitely something worth pondering.
Yeah, and it's not just about creating art either.
Okay.
We're actually forming relationships with AI, whether it's virtual assistants or social robots.
It sounds like science fiction, but it's happening.
It is, and it raises all sorts of questions about companionship, empathy, even the potential for emotional attachments to AI.
I can see how that could happen. As AI gets more sophisticated, it's becoming more capable of simulating human-like interactions.
It's a fascinating social experiment,
It-
and it's unfolding in real time.
So we're just beginning to understand the psychological and emotional implications of these human-AI relationships.
Exactly. It's not just about AI changing the world around us. It's about AI changing us from the inside out.
Yeah, from how we think and learn to how we communicate and even how we experience emotions.
It's a pretty profound transformation, and it's happening at an incredible pace.
We need to be mindful of these changes, both positive and potential negative, so we can navigate this new landscape thoughtfully.
Well said. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have.
From China's AI ambitions to the future of work to these ethical dilemmas that we're facing.
It's a lot.
But I think the most important takeaway for me, at least,
Okay.
is that AI is not just a technology.
It's more than that.
It's a mirror
Oh, wow.
reflecting back at us our own hopes and fears, our values, and ultimately our humanity.
And as we continue to develop AI, we're essentially shaping the future of that reflection.
Yeah, it's a responsibility that I think we should take very seriously.
Absolutely. This deep dive was really just a glimpse into this vast and evolving world of AI, and we encourage you to continue exploring, asking questions, and engaging in conversations about how we can shape this technology for the betterment of humanity.
And don't forget to check out the show notes for links to Kai-Fu Lee's work, the Bago search engine, and other resources that will help you continue your AI journey.
Thanks for joining us, and until next time, keep exploring.